Good evening and welcome to the Business Day. I'm Dwayne Burbick. The Bank of Jamaica says it is developing plans to use competitive auctions to buy and sell foreign exchange to authorized dealers and cambios. Under that system, the central bank said it will buy foreign exchange first from bidders who offer at the lowest price and sell first to those who are willing to pay the highest price. It says the competitive auction system will create a level playing field for all participants in the foreign exchange market and create more transparency in the system. The BOJ was, however, quick to point out that the plans being developed are not a return to the auction system of the 1980s, which was about allocating scarce foreign currency, and stressed that those who want to buy and sell foreign exchange will not be affected. Meanwhile, the central bank also says the net international reserves increased by almost $154 million in March. The increase brought the reserves to $2.769 billion. At that level, the reserves are capable of purchasing more than 22 weeks of imports. Unions have hit out against what they say are proposed changes to be made to the labor law, which affects redundancy payments to workers. The unions say while they support reform, there must be a clear understanding that it should not be crafted to deny workers hard-fought gains made over the last 40 years.
Labour reform has been bandied about as a means of improving investor sentiments to drive growth. And while the unions are not against reform,
we support labour market reform.
President of the Union of Clerical, Administrative and Supervisory Employees, UK's Vincent Morrison, says the unions are not on board with every proposal surrounding labour market reform.
The idea that is being bandied around the country to remove notice and redundancy payment from the books will not be accommodated.
He says the very proposal comes because people are forgetting the difficulties Jamaican workers faced before the Redundancy Act of 1974.
Without redundancy laws, the social and economic conditions affecting the worker, the working class in Jamaica, would have been chaotic to the point where rebellion and revolution would be the order of the day.
Mr. Morrison argues if it's not broken, why fix it? And that's not his only issue. He took aim at social protection for workers as well.
The country must, by way of legislation, ensure that all working people, the 1.3 million members of the labour force, must have in place pension arrangement, health insurance, and group life benefits.
Mr. Morrison says he also wants to see a reform of the NIS to ensure it has enough funds to meet demand, but then there was also the issue of social protection specifically for security guards.
Females are not entitled to sick and maternity leave, and for over 30 years, both sides of the parliament have sat down and are comfortable with this situation.
He says if the parliament continues to turn a blind eye to that situation, it could lead to disaster. For the Business Day, I am Dashan Hendricks.
Carton Automotive had the penalty it received for misleading representation reduced on appeal. The Court of Appeal reduced the penalty for the breach of the Fair Competitions Act from $2 million to $1.2 million. The used car dealer appealed the ruling of the Supreme Court, which found it liable for selling a 2005 model vehicle as a 2007 model. The Fair Trading Commission, the FTC, which brought the original case, says it will be pursuing similar matters against Crichton and other used car dealers during this financial year. Currency trading ended today with the US dollar selling for $128.81. The Canadian dollar is being sold for $97.24. The pound sterling costs $158.90, while the euro costs $138.34. Stocks ended mostly higher, leading the main JSE market index up more than 700 points, while the junior market index lost 13. The winners of the day, they included 138 Student Living, Carb Cement, Honeybun, Jetcon, Main Event Entertainment, Proven Investments, and Supreme Ventures. On the losing end were 1834 Investments, Caribbean Producers, Jamaica Stock Exchange, Kingston Wharves, Lasco Manufacturing, Panjam, and the Scotia Group. And that's your Business Day. I'm Dwayne Burbick. Good evening.